Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something pretty cool here today. 1971 Datsun 510. Really cool, old school build. It was done back in the mid-90s by a gentleman that lives up in Portland. A lot of you guys, probably if you've been to the Northwest meets and stuff like that, know the gentleman. And he did a really nice job on the car. He fell in love with the Viper GTS when it first came out. So you can see here that the blue and white with the Le Mans stripes was his inspiration. It's funny, I had a guy here a couple weeks ago to look at an old Cadillac that I had, an old 58, and he saw this in the garage there, and he's like, I know that car. He goes, I painted that car. His name's Marsh. He's a Jaguar restorer. He actually sold a Jaguar on bat here recently, and so he was really delighted to see it. But anyways, let's do a little walk around. We're going to go ahead and show you the headlights working first. We got bright lights, regular lights, and you can see the marker lights are working down there. And we'll go ahead with blinkers. We got your left, and we got our right. You can see here the marker lights work. So, okay, here we are. I just want to start here with the front to the back. I love the grills in these cars. As you know, I've owned a few of these and sold 2 on bat. You can see here the grills, and actually 3 on bat. I had the that BRE one, the black one, and I had the station wagon, little green one. You can see here the bumper has aged a little bit. You know, it's an original bumper. And you can see a couple little bump ups right there on the grill. On the hood trim, I mean, you can see a little ding there, a couple little paint chips. You'll see real small little rock chips. You know, you got to remember the paint on this car is 25 years old, and it actually looks pretty good. Marker lights look in good shape, but you know, you just see little tiny rock chips in general. The spoiler is a quick scans spoiler. It looks a lot like a BRE spoiler in general. You know, what's really nice is when you look down the side of this, it's actually really straight. You know, you see a couple little tiny things in the quarter panel, but nothing major. But you know, it's actually a straight car overall. You'll see a little crack right here. You can see right there up on the front. But you know, the flares have actually stayed really good. You know, no cracking around here, so they were applied really nice. You'll see little tiny little bubbles right here on the car. You'll see, especially on top of the roof, you'll see some little micro blisters, and these aren't rust bubbles or anything. It's just, you know, just from age. Just look around the windshield. Windshield looks good. You'll see a couple little flecks, you know, just the little chips and different things. But if you look real close on the paint, hopefully you can see that. Little tiny micro blisters you can see on the roof. You can see here. You know, the paint stripe looks good. You can see a couple of little blisters there. You got to look really close and then just get the sun right on it. You can see down here the rockers look really good. I think there's a little bubble right down here on this side. The other side has a few more. You can see where the rock chips have sprayed up against that, you know, especially because it flares out. But that flare looks in really good shape. Wheels were put on it back in '95 as well. It's got Dunlop, newer Dunlops on it, and probably 95%, I'd say. They're 205 50-15 directionals, and they look really good. You know, you'll just see there's a little minor scratch right there, a little tiny one there. Overall though, and it looks pretty good. You can see a couple little chips and stuff right there. No rust in the back quarter at all. You can see here the bumper, the age, little scratches, sandy scratches. and stuff. I guess if there was anything I was gonna do to it, I'd want to put, have these re-chromed, and it would look a little nicer. It's really cool. Also, you can see this plate frame. This is the original plate frame and license plate to the cards. This plate isn't registered to it anymore. It had specialty plates on it, and I gave them back to Andy, but I put them on here because this is what it looked like in 1971 when it was bought new. And we're in Salem, so it's kind of cool that it made its pilgrimage back here to be sold again. So really cool, and actually hard to find that plate frame. They were right down on Market Street. Let's look across the back here. You'll see some little tiny cracks in the tail lights. Up on top here, the chrome, or the chrome, I was going to call it stainless, but it's actually a chrome piece. It's worn through. You can see some little tiny paint lifting right there above the tail light. A little sanding scratch. There, we'll show you the valance when it's up on the lift. Nothing to hide on it, just it's easier to show you there. All the seams look really good too, and all the gaps, on the car around the tail light section and the trunk section, really nice. You can see this flare again is in really good shape. A little bit of the speckling from being driven. You'll see some of the chrome on the plastic here is starting to come loose a little bit, but overall looks good. I really like these windows too because they pop out. You can see here, this is what I was talking about. There's some little bubbles going on right here in the bottom of this rocker, and this is probably the worst of it on the whole car. The rest of the rocker looks really nice. Right here, you're going to see some little chipping, little scratches up here. A long time ago, he was putting a new window, side window or a regulator, something like that, and he pulled it out of there, and when he was monkeying around with it on the inside, it fell down and scraped all this stuff, so that's all been touched up. You can see a little chip right there. I'm not going to hit every little chip. As you walk around, you'll notice things, but I'm just trying to point out the biggest stuff that I can see on the car. Bubble right there on the A-pillar. Gutters look really nice. It's really a good looking car, and it drives nice. We'll take it out for a little spin a little later, but again, this flare is in really good shape as well. But overall, good looking little car, and it's nice that it's aged so well. 25 years, and I'm not really a fan of new paint, especially if people are just trying to sell a car, just paint it just to sell it. It just sends a lot of red flags up for me. So I'd rather have a car like this that's kind of a just older paint, survivor type hot rod, and you know what you're getting. So hey, here we are. We're going to take a look at the interior. I forgot to point out these couple little scratches here. You can see right here. Actually, Andy was replacing the window at one point, and the glass slid down and scratched it. Broke his heart when he did it, but what happened. You can hear the window when you shut it rattles just a little bit. You can see a little bit of a cut here in the rubber gasket as well, but overall, really nice looking interior. The seats are out of a Geostorm. I actually think they look pretty nice in this car. They're in really nice condition, but I think they fit the decor of the car, and they don't look too modern. I think they look nice. You can see inside the jam, really nice shape. I don't see any rust or anything like that, any accident damage. The tag hasn't been tampered with or anything. Built in 6 of 70. Right in here is important. No rust, no side impacts or anything like that. you know, very clean. You can see here the door, again, looks really good. Rubber gasket looks good all the way around. You can see a little split right there. This is probably not supposed to be bent down right there, but you might be able to massage that back up. But overall, I mean, look at the dash. No cracks or anything. Looks really, really good. Momo steering wheel. It's got a 5-speed transmission. It's got an L18 engine. You can see here, we put these covers over here. Auto ring, just for grip for your feet. These panels here are for radio system, stereo system. Put the radio underneath the dash, which is nice. No one cut up the dash or anything. A little bonus, if you can guess what these are. The armrest. I'm sure people will take a wild guess. I know what they are, but I'm not going to tell you yet. Go ahead and look in the back seat. There we go. You know, the seat's been recovered in the same material, and it looks good. Door panels and back panels are the same. You can see back there the original blue vinyl. You can see some rips in the material there. That'd be easy to fix. Headliner looks really good in the car. No rips or sags. Very, very clean. I thought, oh, there we go. I knew that worked. You can see there, turned it off. We'll go ahead and hop on the other side, and we'll take a look at some other things. You can see the tach. Odometer says 70,559. And we'll take a look at the other side. Okay, here we are on the passenger side. You know, again, the door panel looks good. You know, the jambs look really good. You know, not rusty, no impacts. You know, very, very clean. Hopefully the video is helping you get a little better look than just in photos. Glove box. You know, the seats. The seats are actually really comfortable. I know I already talked about them, but I think they look nice. We'll go ahead and show you the windows rolling up and down. And it rolls up good. I'll show you this other one here. And if you're new to 510s, these rear windows, you can see a little latch right there. They actually pop out, which is pretty cool. Go ahead and show you the trunk. And again, it's pretty nice condition, nothing fancy back here. The nice thing is I haven't seen any accident issues across the back here at all. You know, really clean. That's one of the first things on any car. You just want to make sure that, you know, back here in the corners aren't hit or anything. Looks nice. Fuel tank looks good. Quarter looks good. You know, around the jams and the gutters look really nice. Haven't seen any issues. No rust underneath the deck lid. Go ahead and take this carpet out. You know, the floor looks really good. Let's take another look around. I take pictures. I'm not going to take the spare tire out right now, but this spare tire area is perfect. Actually, I show a picture of it. So it looks really nice, but I'm just trying to show you it's not rusty back here, and it hasn't been hit. So actually a really clean little trunk. So we'll go show you some more. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. There's a little pull latch underneath. Then there's another little catch right here. And Datsun was really nice. They made a built-in prop rod. You know, we didn't have to fiddle around trying to find one up here or anything like that. But you got an L18 engine in it with SU carbs, dual SU carbs. Those are Z therapy. carbs, which I think they do an awesome job. You can look at their website and stuff, but what's really amazing in here is how nice and clean all the aprons are. You can see all the original spot welds, very, very clean. No accidents. Behind the headlights look really good. The shock towers are in excellent condition. Just no issues. I mean, very, very clean in here. Pretty amazing. Engine's clean. Overall, you can see hopefully you can see that it says L18 right there on the side. Obviously it's not the original to the car because it had a 1600 in it. Battery tray looks good. You can see a little bit of surface rust, to be expected there, but nothing major. All the VINs match. You can see there, I'm just reading the back, 159, 159. And you can see the 159 up here, 173, 159. And in the door jamb that I showed you earlier, it matches. So go ahead and fire it up. It sounds really good. Runs smooth. Go ahead and rev it up again. It's a great little motor, and what's really nice here is to have the original radiator and stuff in it, made in Japan. You can see here the Japanese writing. Again, I think it's in pretty good shape. Mechanically, the thing runs really good. It's got a 5-speed behind it. It's got 200 SX, 77, 78 struts and disc brakes, a little bigger disc brakes. And it's got a modified rear cross member as well. It's an adjustable one. So a lot of nice little goodies on this one. So we'll show you some more stuff. Stops nice and straight too. You can see the tach, you can see the temperature gauge works, fuel gauge. Got our wipers, they work. Horn, radio's working. You can see here, you Datsun guys already know this, but this is the choke. You can hear it rev. Obviously don't need it right now. Got our heater control working, so everything seems to be in pretty good order. Emergency brake works as well. So last thing I wanted to show you, see the blinkers, they're working up here in the dash, and maybe you can see this. Just trying to see if I can see the bright light. It's not lighting up there, but it might be just kind of dim. So we'll cruise it around a little bit more here, and I'm going to show you some more stuff. We'll put it up on my lift and so you can see underneath, but we'll just cruise it around and see in a little bit. Hey, here we are. We're going to take a look underneath the little Datsun. I like to put stuff up on the lift and talk about them more so than just taking photos. You're still going to see all the photos underneath, so you can scroll through them, but it just gives me an opportunity to talk about, just the condition of the car in general. So we'll go ahead and look here. I just wanted to show you the tires. They're actually in really good shape, probably 95% tread, and very good tire wear. You can see here, You know, it's actually pretty impressive underneath in general. You know, really solid and looks really good. I haven't seen any signs of any accidents or anything here. You can see the chin spoilers in good shape. You can kind of see a couple little dings and little chips up here on the nose. Harder to see while we're had it on the ground. You can see a little tiny crack right there. You can see it's got a really large sway bar on it. Adjustable TC rods and lower control arms. If you look up inside here with the struts, looks really good up there in the top. You don't see any cracking or anything like that. You know, in the metal, not any rust. And you look behind the headlight bucket here, you know, again, no accidents. Looks in pretty good condition. You can see here the footboard, you know, where the floor is the firewall. Looks in good. You can see the frame rail looks in really good condition. You know, not rusty, no kinks or anything. Go ahead and look on this side. You know, it's got factory disc brakes on it. You know, just like normal. You can see there it's got newer springs up there at the top. They're a little dirty, but again, the floor looks good here. You know, it's not rusty or anything like that. You can see the fender flares where they flared them. You can see there where they cut out the top of the fender. You can see that. I'll show you the other side real fast. You can see right up in there. Go ahead and look at the floorboards here real quick. You know, again, really solid. I haven't seen any signs of any rust or anything. You can see the rocker here. Outside rocker looks really good. You will see a couple little bubbles right here on the rocker. You see on the other side. You know, again, this looks real good. But the floors, inner rocker is really good. Upgraded exhaust. It's got a stainless muffler in the back there. This is probably 2 1/4 inch, I suppose. Go ahead and look at this floor. You can see the inner rocker here. Very good shape. Floorboard looks nice. And I did check the gear oil there. You can see there. That's why I put the date on there, just so last we knew that it was checked. You can see this rocker looks really nice. A lot of little touch-up paint, you know, across the bottom here, but very solid. A couple little minor bubbles. You can see one little tiny one right there, and one little one right there. Rear sway bar. You can see back here in the back of the rocker there. Looks good. Rear sway bar. Taquico. Shocks. You can see the axle boots look good. You know, no cracks. You know, underneath it's really nice. It's really, you know, it's just really honest. Underneath here you can see the tires look good. Trunk drop off. Looks in really good shape. I mean, for a 510, this car's structurally in really nice condition. You can see here the sticker. Actually used to take it to school there at Oregon University. You can see here on the bottom of behind the wheel wells, looks good. You know, overall, I think structurally the car is really sound. Looks good. I haven't seen any signs of any oil leaks or anything going on. We did replace the oil sending unit and the valve cover gasket, but that was it. Kind of nice to see the original spot welds across the front there. So anyways, hopefully that gives you a good look underneath and just gives you a little more perspective of the car in general. But if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and give us a call. We'd be glad to answer. You can make comments, and and we'll go from there. Thank you very much.